Hello, I'm your host, Jonathan Miller, and today I'm joined by Chris Miglino, founder and CEO of SRAX, ticker symbol SRAX. Chris, thank you so much for joining us here today.
Thanks for having me, Jonathan.
So would you like to tell us a little bit more about SRAX? I understand you're in the financial technology space. You build a SaaS platform for public issuers. Can you tell our audience a little bit more about the software and the company?
Sure. First thing I should probably say is we own this channel that you're watching this on, and we work together. So it's probably good for everybody to know. SRAX is in the business of building a platform that public issuers can use to understand who their shareholders are. We built it for ourselves initially because we got sick of not understanding who it was that were owning our shares. We would go to our IR companies and ask them who is buying and selling our stock. They'd give us 13F and 13G data, which wasn't reflective of what happened yesterday or last week. So we built a platform that allowed us to understand who those shareholders are, what they're doing, how many shares they're buying, their name, their address, their phone number, their email address, all of their contact information. And then it just grew from there. And we added many, many more tools that are valuable for public companies to engage. And we like to call it an operating system for public companies. So public companies can use the software to manage their entire business.
Sounds fantastic. And I know you were one of the early companies in this space, and some others have followed suit, trying to mimic what the company's doing. What would you say are some of your KPIs or competitive advantages?
So there's always going to be competition, and I don't think you can focus on what everybody else is doing. You just have to focus on what you do best and what your passion is. So our passion is helping public companies understand everything about their cap table, where their shares are, everything that has to do with managing the public company itself. So really, I don't focus on what the competition is doing. We're more focused around what we think are the good ideas and the building the tools that are necessary for our customers, and then giving them, on the KPI side, being able to give them definitive things that they can look at and say, oh, wow, that is who's buying my shares. That's who's moving shares around. Being able to SMS their shareholders, email their shareholders, do press releases to their shareholders and things of the sort through our platform. Those are all valuable tools.
That's great. And I know from my personal knowledge of the product, it provides a lot of granularity and insight into what the public issuers are doing, which I think is a strong competitive advantage. How's the company preparing for technological advancements, say with artificial intelligence, and how are we adopting to move in this new era of AI?
Yeah, AI is completely amazing. Will revolutionize every single thing out there, including the cost of public companies being public, because the putting together an 8K and a 10Q and different filings is no longer going to require massive interaction with your law firm. And so, we're working on tools that will enable us to provide these services to our customers inside the platform. We're starting off with press releases. We integrated press releases in the platform. You're going to be able to send your own press releases through the platform. We're adding AI to that so that you can, the system will help you write the press release and determine who you should be sending it out to. And then after that, we're going to work on building the stuff that helps you save money in being public. So you want, when it comes to your quarterly filing, maybe our system could do that instead of a lawyer putting that together for you, or in conjunction with your lawyer. So you can deliver a version to your lawyer before they review it, and for them to review instead of writing the whole thing. So it could save the company a lot of money.
Wow, that's amazing. And it sounds like you got a lot in the pipeline that you're probably working on too.
Constantly. That's been one of the things that we've been, prided ourselves on, is always advancing and adding new features to the platform. And, some things work. Some things customers like, other things they don't use as much. But we're always, adding stuff that we think is valuable to the platform.
And what would you say are your primary growth drivers?
Well, right now it's just about letting companies know what they can do. There's many public companies that we talk to and we show them the platform. They say, "Oh my God, I didn't even know we could do that." They're used to looking at 13F filings, 13G filings, which are the filings that tell the market who owns them institutionally. Even to this day, a lot of companies don't understand that they can see people down to that own one share, and they can communicate with all of those shareholders. So that's been a big driving force. The ability to be able to SMS and email those people has been a really big driving force behind the platform. Manage all your employee options, warrants, the warrants that the companies have. There's many, many features in the platform that people use, some which you may only use 3 or 4 times a year, but they're really valuable at that time. We have a whole deal center that manages all of the deals that you've done in the past. And if you have any contingencies in those deals, like resets or ratchets or anything that comes into play on a future financing, our system tracks that. But you're not in there every day, but you're only using that once a year or twice a year when you do a new deal, but it's very important. Yeah. Same with your shelf. We have a shelf calculator. So lots of different things that are built into the platform that different people find really valuable. When I talk to our customers, say, what is it that you like on the platform? They all have a different story about what they like.
It sounds like there's a lot of things in here that companies could be leveraging. Given this current market landscape, the volatility in the market, the uncertainty of investors, how important is it that small retail, mainly retail-held companies are communicating with their investors on a regular basis and making them feel comfortable in their investment in their position?
Yeah, that's really important. Like just to even understand who they are, right? Because many of these companies that are here at this conference are smaller companies, or their ownership is not being held by massive institutional investors. Their largest investors are most likely high net worth individuals that are kind of like mini institutions in their own right, but they like to invest large positions into certain companies. So you have to understand who those people are and understand what their motivations are. Are they buying? Are they selling? How are they moving their shares around? Because if they do start selling, the likelihood is they're going to continue to sell. Yeah. And what kind of impact is that having on what you're doing? So it's very good to know this information.
I'm totally in agreement with you. And is there anything else you'd like to share with investors before we exit out today?
No, I appreciate you taking the time, and good luck today with the rest of all of your interviews.
Thank you so much. Again, Christopher Miglino from SRAX. Thank you for being here with us today.